There is one team, I never remember what it is, Pete. You don't have to read it to me. One team leads the NFL with a point differential of plus 115. Who is the team that leads the NFL? That's a big gap.
I'm insulted.
Plus 115.
I'm insulted that I'm even being asked this question. Me, the guy who just lives football. You wrote an article about it earlier this week.
Hey,
what
well
the
done.
F? Okay, the Baltimore Ravens.
I didn't write the question.
Right.
Be mad at Pete.
Yeah. Damn, Pete. I'm almost disrespecting
This is what
Pete that you would even
thinks of
ask that. That I wouldn't know that. Jeez.
This
Pete's
is
not
what
paying
he
attention to
thinks
the
of
site.
you.
I guess Pete doesn't read the site at all. He doesn't even know what's going on.
All right. He just thinks you didn't read the site because he thinks kid can't even read. You get the first pick.
All right. Well, I'm going to be really arbitrary here and not exact. I want the Ravens offense versus the Browns defense. Okay. First off, me, I got a man crush on the Ravens altogether. I think right now the way they're playing, it's arguably the best play in football over the last few weeks. I don't think it's that crazy to say that out loud. They're amazing on D, they're amazing on O, but man, their offense, it's clicking. They're running the ball. Lamar's on fire, throwing the football. They're creative against this Cleveland defense that is number one in football, and like we talked about earlier in the show, can win games by themselves here. Right? They're physical as hell. They're creative on that side of the ball with Jim Schwartz, too. To me, there's just so many moving parts and matchups along that Ravens offense versus Browns defense that I am so excited to see. So that's the first one I'll start. Sorry to be so big picture there, but I just think it's too big to pass up.
Well, and I'm going kind of big picture, but I'm going to focus on one guy versus another unit, and it's Brock Purdy, the 49ers quarterback, against the Jacksonville defense, simply because we've seen deterioration in Purdy's performance in recent weeks. It's gotten not great, and we were ready to put him in Canton. We were ready to compare him to Joe Montana. We were ready to say he's the Kirk Cousins that Kyle Shanahan has been looking for, who's going to run the offense, system quarterback in a good way. A lot of mistakes, a lot of turnovers. Can he get it right having a full week extra to get ready for this game, going against a very good defense? If he performs well on Sunday, it will be against a very good defense, Chris.
It is. They're way better than the statistics would say. The way they've played the last 4 or 5 weeks are pretty incredible. They have shown you can make a few plays in the pass game, but even their pass defense, I think, is better than what it's ranked. Early season struggles, some garbage time BS yards on their defense lead it that way. They stop the run, Mike, to your point, and they cause turnovers in Jacksonville. They force fumbles. They make interceptions. Brock Purdy has played really well. It's like you said, it's just been the mistakes, right, that have really kind of held them back. So we'll see where that goes. All right, the next thing. I'm going to go to Bengals-Texans. I'm going to go to C.J. Stroud versus Bengals defense that I feel, as you said earlier, is hitting its stride. A defense and Lou Anarumo that has every zone coverage ever invented to man, right? Can blitz and play man-to-man if he wants. But for the most part, they want to rush 4, and he wants to have 7 in coverage and them do crazy things there. I'm excited to see C.J. Stroud if he can digest all of that and dissect it. If he does that again like what he did last week to this Bengals defense, watch out. Damn, he might be a top 5 quarterback after this week.
I'm going to go to the game in Minnesota, and I'm not going to talk about Josh Dobbs, at least just for now.
Jeez, finally.
I'm very interested to see what Brian Flores cooks up for Derek Carr, because we've seen good Derek Carr, we've seen bad Derek Carr. And if anyone can rattle him consistently, it's going to be Brian Flores with creative blitzes and who's coming, who's not coming, how often are they going to blitz. So that will determine, I think, in many ways who wins that game on Sunday. We'll take a break. We'll do round 3 when PFT Live continues right after this. Christopher David Simms, you're up.
I'm going to the Seattle-Washington matchup. You like how I did that? Seattle-Washington, and it's, the Commander-Seahawks. Yes. Get that? Look at that. I'm smart. But, okay, we know the Seahawks offense, they got to get the hell going. Come on. They're too good to do what they're doing here as of late. But the matchup I'm intrigued to see is really the weapons of the Washington offense, the receivers versus that secondary in Seattle, right? And that matchup right there, Washington likes to throw the ball down the field. We know they got some talented guys in that Seattle secondary. I want to see that go off there.
I'm going with Cowboys-Giants, specifically Tommy DeVito against Micah Parsons and the rest of that defense, simply because of the rubberneck, I can't look away quality.
You want to see if he gets murdered in the game?
Tommy DeVito is going to get whacked. He thinks he's getting made. He's going to find out when he walks through the door he's not getting made. It's going to be over. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.